Guys, I had a long day. How are you guys? Okay, I had a long day. Basically, this is a plea, okay? It's a plea. And the plea is I'm trying to understand the reasoning of some parents, okay? I'm trying to understand. So, if you are listening to this video, listen to it first. And if you are a parent or parents who are logical, reasonable, with a good heart, then please answer me and help me understand. Because this is one thing I cannot understand. I cannot understand why certain parents are not mindful, are not thoughtful, cannot reason when it comes to teachers, okay, dealing with their out of order kids. You understand? And when I say out of order, let me explain what I mean. In the home, the father, the head authority, the mother, okay, there is an order. That especially if you say you are a Christian, you have an order. God gives an order how a family is supposed to be, right? A child, a baby cannot run you, okay? A child, a baby cannot play you. You understand? So if a teacher is telling you, a teacher who loves kids, a teacher who is for kids, for the kids, okay? Because we have read on in the newspapers that teachers are quitting. People are running away from that profession. They don't want to be teachers anymore. Why? Because your kids are out of order. It doesn't matter the age. They come to school with weapons. They talk to the teachers any kind of way. They can bite you. They can fight you. They can do anything. I mean, strictly out of order. And here you come. You come as if you don't know what your children are about. You come as if when the teacher tell you your child is out of order, when the teacher's trying to explain to you how your child is, you act like you don't know. So please, what would it take for teachers and non-teachers to come together and pray and chase that spirit of pretense? How can you be so pretentious of not knowing the behavior that your child has been displaying, and you act like it's only at school but it's not at home? So at home your child is perfect, but at school the child is out of order, out of this world. Now, no one in their right mind who loves children want to discourage kids, okay? We want a change. We want to be intentional in the teaching, right? But guess what? I have done videos before, right? In what universe, in what planet, okay, that you were taught that teachers are here to raise your kids? So you want everything for free. You want other people to care. You want other people to do your job, right? And then you get mad when they tell you the truth about your child. Your child is a reflection of you. Okay, that's why when you have kids that come to school with weapons, you know, and you have parents who have done their job, right? Send their kids, their respectful kids to school. And some of them don't make it home. Why? Because your child who is out of order, your children who are out of order, come to school with weapons, come to school any kind of way, throwing chairs, throwing tables, doing any kind of thing to the teacher or to other kids in the classroom. But here you come. Here you come. How was my child? What do you expect us to say? What do you expect? And you're so ready. You're so ready to get a teacher fired because they tell you the truth about your child. What kind of demonic spirit is that? Okay? Because the teachers that I know, a lot of them, I can't speak for all teachers. Just like any other profession, you have teachers or police officers or pastors or doctors or lawyers. You have people who are really called by the Lord, and they love what they are doing, and they really love your kids, and they really, you know, people spend their time studying, you know, to give back to humanity. Okay? But here you come. If you are the first teacher, if you are the best teacher, why don't you teach your child? Why not? Why do you leave it for a stranger to do, and then here you come ready to lynch that stranger because you feel like the stranger is not doing what your job is? You lie down. You push. You had that baby. That's your responsibility. And the fact that somebody loves your child, the fact that somebody want to teach your child, the fact that somebody want to stand in the gap for your child, that is mercy and grace from God. That's what it is. Because that's your seed. And you're not doing your job. Imagine if God decided to punish you for not doing your job. Because these kids are apple in his eyes. And you are there to raise them. You are there to teach them. It's not for the kids to teach you and raise you. Right? And then here you are. Your child is not happy because the teacher is not praising the child for bad behavior. Listen to that reasoning, and here you come. Here you come. So the world is supposed to stop. Right? The world is supposed to stop turning. Because here you come. You're going to set that teacher straight. That teacher who's in here with your child more hours than you are with your child. That teacher who's showing love for your child when your child, love and grace. Because that's a child, and every child is innocent. So when you come in and you show your face, the war is between who and whom. You see what I'm saying? What is it about? Where is the war? Look at yourself in the mirror. It is your fault. It is your fault. It is your job. That's what it is. So do not waste your time. Please, guys, tell me if I am wrong. Tell me what I can do better. You understand? Because I am willing. Okay? But let me tell you something. A lot of these teachers, if they only had to deal with kids and not deal with parents who are out of order and who refuse to see things for what they are, then that would be a great profession. Yeah, you don't get paid. You get peanuts. You understand? But you will get fulfillment because you will know that the parent and the teacher, and administration, everybody's working together. Okay? But you can't control your child, and you come in here and pretend that at home everything is perfect. It's only at school. Well, if that is the case, then that means that school is not the school for your child. Because now a teacher's supposed to stop and abandon all the other students and just devote his or her time only to your child. Only to your child. And why is that? What about the other kids? And if the teacher tells you, okay, I understand what is going on, it's not just the person, because they don't want to single out your child. But you still have, no matter what the teacher says, you have an attitude. You can't reason. There's no logic. So now, here's what I suggest. All that money that you may have, or you take it and get a personal teacher for your child. That's it. And pay that person very well, right? And then you pay the cost to be the boss, right? And then you can, if that person allow you to turn him or her into your slave for your child, then that's between you and that person. Okay? But you're not the only parent. And if you say you in Christ, what is it that you can't understand? What it is that you cannot pray about? What is it that you really don't understand? When the Bible gave you how you're supposed to raise a child, you understand? But no, the child is raising you. And at the same time, you want to blame the teacher? You want to blame other people? It's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And you are an awesome parent. And guess what? I don't understand this new generation. Kids today. In my eyes, kids today are only displaying what the parents are doing. The generational curse did not start today. So if you want to sow corn, then expect corn. You're not going to get strawberries. Okay, you can kid everybody, but you cannot fool everybody. Take care of your child. Raise your child. It's not the teacher's job. Period. And whatever happened, you're responsible.